Good morning, students. How are you? In previous lecture, we have studied about the health and diseases. This is the chapter 8, part 2, health and diseases, in which we have studied about the what is health, what are diseases, different kinds of diseases like the bacterial disease, viral disease, helminth diseases, and also the protozoan diseases, in which we have studied the life cycle of malaria and the fungal diseases like the ringworm. Now, here we will discuss about the immune system. We'll try to complete the whole immune system in this topic. In immune system, we will discuss about the acquired immune system and innate immune system, active, passive immunity, and also the different kinds of the allergies and few autoimmune diseases. So fine, now we are going to start the chapter. Immunity. What the word immunity stands for? The word immunity is derived from the word immune. It means it is the ability of the body to resist the body from the pathogens or disease causing organism. It is the state of body or the ability in which a body defends itself from the pathogens. Now, if we'll talk about the immunity, there are the two types of the immunity. What? One is the innate immunity. Second one is the acquired. Innate means by birth, and acquired means to retain. Is it clear? That we gain. Acquired means that we gain. Here, if you talk about the innate immunity, this immunity is present in the individuals at the time of birth. It means individuals gain the immunity by birth. That will be from the different types. Is it clear? In this type of the immunity, the defend mechanism of the individual are gained by birth. These are various types like the physical barriers. The first type of the innate immunity is the physical barrier. What is physical barrier? It is a barrier that never allows the pathogens to insert in the body or enter in the body. There are different kinds of the physical barriers. If we'll talk about skin, it protects to enters the pathogens from the external medium. The second, digestive system. The mucous membrane of the respiratory system and also the intestinal system, and as well as the urinogenital system. It means from urethra to the किडनी. जब भी कोई पैथोजन, सबसे पहली चीज़ तो स्किन हमारी इतनी फाइन होती है कि कोई भी माइक्रो ऑर्गेनिज्म स्किन के थ्रू इंटर नहीं कर सकता। पहला तो स्किन को ही बैरियर बना दिया गया। अगर कोई माइक्रो ऑर्गेनिज्म इंटर भी करता है तो हम पढ़ेंगे कि यहाँ पर कुछ टिश्यू फ्लूइड होते हैं, लिम्फेटिक सिस्टम्स होते हैं जो उसे प्रिवेंट करते हैं। इज इट क्लियर? सो द फर्स्ट इज द फिजिकल बैरियर इन विच our body resists to enter the pathogens inside the body. That can be skin, mucous membrane of the digestive and respiratory system, as well as the urinogenital system, or the lengthening of the urethra. It is also a major factor. The second barrier or innate immunity is the physiological barriers. Here, physiological barriers. What are physiological? It means the body activity like the digestion, excretion, osmoregulation. So here the physiological barriers means these are the few chemicals that are produced during the physiological activities. Like in class 11th, you studied about the salivary gland. It produces the saliva, and in saliva there are the lactic enzyme present, that is called the lysozyme. It prevents body from the pathogens. How? It dissolves the pathogen itself. Is it clear? There are the few lactic enzymes that dissolve the pathogens and kill the bacteria and the entering pathogens. Second, if the pathogens prevent the body from the lysozyme, then it can be dissolved in the HCl secreted by the stomach. Is it clear? Now, and also the tears that prevent the eyes from the pathogens. Sometimes the watery eyes, the water or mucus of the eyes also prevent the infection from the pathogens. The next is the cellular barrier. It means cellular barrier means there is a certain kind of the lymph bodies that prevent from entering of the microbes, like the polymorphonuclear leukocyte. Leukocyte means the WBC. Is it clear? And polymorphonuclear, it means the polymorphism is a condition in which the body part or the concern that behaves the polymorphism is convert into the different shapes. In Hindi it is known as the बहुरूपिया, जो बहुत से रूप को बना सकता हो. It means according to the condition it change its shapes and size. Is it clear? And also the few macrophages and also the lymphocytes like the neutrophils. Is it clear? That behaves like the cellular barrier. The next barrier is the cytokine barrier. It means the few cells secretes the interferon. We will discuss the interferon in the chapter 6 and 7. This is a mechanism to prevent the replication of the pathogenic DNA. Is it clear? So here the infected cell that are the cell that are infected by the viruses. I have already told you the viruses have the, in class 11th you have studied, the viruses have either the RNA or the DNA, and they use the machinery of the host. Is it clear? So during the transcription, we certain cells produce the interferons that prevent the translation, that we will study in the chapter 6. Here that body, that cell or that part of the body that infected by the viruses, they produce the certain kinds of the proteins that prevents the body from the further infection of the virus, same kind of virus. Such type of the proteins are called the interferons. We will discuss more about the interferons in the later chapters. Now the second type of the immunity, that is the acquired immunity. Acquired means to gain. Is it clear? It is not by the birth. We gain here in the surroundings. Actually, the acquired immunity is the pathogen specific. It can be diverse type. What kind of pathogens is entering? Our body forms the different kind of the antibodies. How these antibodies can be formed? So this acquired immunity is depend on the two kinds of the responses. One is the primary response, second one is the secondary response. It is just like something interferons. The cell that is not a completely, but you can correlate. Here the cell already infected, then it forms the proteins, and later when the same pathogen or virus infect the cell have already forms the proteins against the viruses. Same here, the primary response, when any pathogen affected to the any part of the body, at that time the cells or WBCs produce the different kind of the antibodies. Actually, this is the condition to identify the quality of pathogen. It means the strength and weakness of the pathogens, in which the cell first recognize the pathogens. Is it clear? Even this is the low intensity response, because this is the first time when the pathogens enter into the body. It can damage the body part, but our bodies will recover from that. But in case of the second attempt, when the pathogens secondly attempt on the body second times, our body cells already recognize them, and they have already produced the antibodies against the pathogens, because our body has already recognized the kind of pathogen. He already prepared the second attempt. When the pathogen enters in the body second times, these pathogens that already forms after the recognition of the pathogen, it will kill the pathogen. Is it clear? This kind of the response is called the secondary response or the anamnestic response. Here the two kinds of the cells are involved. One is the B lymphocyte that produce the antibodies. Second one is the T lymphocyte that enhance the level of the production of antibody. Is it clear? Lymphocyte It is a type of agranulocyte. You studied in the class 11. The WBC have the two types of cells, granulocyte and agranulocyte. So lymphocytes is the B lymphocyte is the agranulocyte. It produces the proteins that called the antibodies. Clear? That we will study in the next topic. The second, T lymphocyte. It helps the B lymphocytes or beta cells to produce the antibody. Then next one is the types of acquired immune responses developed in the body. It means how the immune response developed in the body. One is the humoral immune response or antibody mediated immunity. Here the antibodies are present in the blood and lymph from the primary cell organs. There are the two kinds of the cells, primary and secondary cells, that we will study in the next topic. The second is the cell mediated immunity. Cell mediated immunity. It means here it is related to the organ transplantation, in which the cell maintains its immunity, it acting during and after the organ transplantation. I have already told you that on the cell membrane there are the glycoproteins that help to recognize the self or non-self cells. It means the cells that are entered in the body is the self cells or the another cells or non-self cells. Is it clear? Here the T lymphocytes are responsible. How we can prevent from it? आपको जैसे पता होगा, जब कभी किसी बॉडी या किसी पेशेंट का कोई ऑर्गन ट्रांसप्लांट होता है तो हम एक एक्टिव डोनर को ढूंढते हैं. व्हाट मीन्स ऑफ द एक्टिव डोनर? इट मीन्स जिसका सेल्स, जिसका ब्लड ग्रुप वो पेशेंट के ब्लड ग्रुप से मैच करता हो. इट मीन्स जो उसके सेल मेम्ब्रेन पर, और हर एक बॉडी का सेल मेम्ब्रेन एक जैसा होगा, एक बॉडी का सेल मेम्ब्रेन एक जैसा होगा. तो यहाँ पर उस ब्लड ग्रुप से हम मैच करते हैं तो हमारे बॉडी का सेल भी सेम उसी तरीके से होगा. फिर भी ऐसे जिसका ऑर्गन ट्रांसप्लांटेशन होता है, एक एक्टिव डोनर के मिलने के बावजूद जब उसका ऑर्गन प्लांटेशन होता है तो भी हमारी बॉडी उसके अगेंस्ट में एंटीबॉडीज़ को फॉर्म करती हैं. अगर वो एक्टिव डोनर नहीं होगा, इट मीन्स वो नॉन सेल्फ सेल वाला डोनर होगा, तो हमारी बॉडी तुरंत उसके अगेंस्ट में एंटीबॉडी बना के उस सेल को डैमेज कर देगी, उस ऑर्गन को डैमेज कर देगी. बट अगर एक्टिव डोनर मिल भी गया तो भी हम ऐसे पेशेंट को इम्यूनोसप्रेसर मेडिसिन प्रोवाइड करते हैं कि जो उसके इम्यून सिस्टम को, एंटीबॉडी के प्रोडक्शन को थोड़ा सा कंट्रोल करता है, स्पेशली द टी लिम्फोसाइट्स. इज इट क्लियर? सच टाइप ऑफ मैकेनिज्म कॉल्ड द सेल mediated immunity. The next is the antibodies. I have already told you, antibodies are nothing, only the proteins that are formed by the B lymphocytes. Here the protein's name is the immunoglobulin, that is represented by the capital I, small g. I for immuno, G for globin. Is it clear? Immunoglobulin. That proteins are globulin proteins, that is specialized protein for the enhance the immune system. That is called the immunoglobulin proteins. It is 4 type: IgA, IgE, IgG and IgM. So Ig is the common. You can say that AEGM. IgA, immunoglobulin A, immunoglobulin E, immunoglobulin G, and immunoglobulin M. What is the structure of immunoglobulin? Actually, antibody is a Y shape with the two chains. Antibodies have the two chains that are in the Y shape. Here, the two chains are the long. That is called the heavy chains. H for heavy chains. And the two short chains, that is called the L chain or the light chain. The H chain present to the below side, and just upper of the H chain there is the L chain, that is joins with the sulfide bond, disulfide bond. You can see here. You can see the upper side there is the short chain or L chain, that is called the light chain. The both side there are the sulfide bonds, and the below of the short chain there is the long chain, that is also called the H chain or heavy chains. It is also joined by the sulfide bond. Actually, what happens when the antibodies enters? They are the light chain having the antigen binding sites. Light chain have the antigen binding site. Whenever antigen enters and in the body or any cell, any part, these antibodies flow through the blood and they catch the antigen in the light chain portions. Is it clear? That is called the antigen binding site. Matlab, it means this light chains binds with the antigen and denature the antigens proteins or antigens structure. Is it clear? This is called the killing of the antigens. So now here, actually antigen G is the most prevalent antibody in the blood. It means Ig in immunoglobulin G is present abundantly in the blood, and it is followed by the after that IgA and IgM replace the IgG. And in case of if we talk about the milk of the mother contains the IgA, immunoglobulin A, that is the colostrum, that is in slightly yellowish in color. You can see here, yeah, IgA. It is present in the colostrum of mother or mother's milk. The next topic is the difference between active and passive immunity. Here, what is the difference between active and passive immunity? If we talk about the active immunity, what is active immunity? It activates due to the interaction of antigen that causes the formation of antibody. While the passive immunity, it develops due to the man-made antibody injected in blood and fight the disease. It means आपकी तबीयत खराब हो गई और डॉक्टर आपको मेडिसिन दे रहा है, तो दिस इज अ काइंड ऑफ पैसिव इम्यूनिटी. Is it clear? Second, we will talk about the active immunity. It has lesser side effects. Why? Because here the antibodies are formed naturally It means it is quite safe. But if we'll talk about the passive immunity, it has the more side effect because the drugs that are given to the diseased person, it contains the different kinds of salt. So it may increase the antibodies, but sometimes that salt can produce the allergies and the other side effects to the body. The next, the active immunities is the rate is very slow, but it is the long lasting. It means the active immunity can be long lasting. If you will develop your immunity, it will long lasting. You need not to take the passive types of the immunity. But if we'll talk about the passive immunity, it is fast because the certain kind of drug induced into your blood that produce the production of antibodies in a short time. But it is for the shorter period. As you will take the medicine, it will enhance the rate of production of the antibodies. When you will left the intake the medicine, the production of antibody will be decrease. Is it clear? Now, the next difference is the active immunity. It takes time to develop the response because first it recognizes the disease or pathogen, then it creates the antibodies against the pathogen. But here in passive immunity, it is faster. The example is the active immunity is the vaccination. Different kinds of vaccines like the polio, hepatitis, DPT, and so on. In case of passive immunity, they are the antibiotics and the milk that are produced by delivered woman or a mother who is feeding their child her milk. Now, the term vaccination and immunization, both are the complementary to each other. Vaccination, it is a process of introduction of the weakened pathogens or proteins into a person to provide the protection against a disease. वैक्सीनेशन एक वो प्रक्रिया है जिसमें हम एक नॉन पैथोजेनिक फॉर्म के किसी पैथोजन को बॉडी के अंदर इंटर कराते हैं फॉर द प्राइमरी रिस्पॉन्स. स्टडीड ना प्राइमरी रिस्पॉन्स एंड सेकेंडरी रिस्पॉन्स. हियर वी इंसर्ट द dummy of the pathogen into the body. Then our body will produce the antibody against the pathogen. This is the primary response. It means our body at WBC recognize the cell type of pathogen and it forms the antibodies against the pathogen whenever the active pathogen will enter in the body part. So we have already the antibodies against the pathogen. So here the pathogen can't proliferate more because antibodies we have already the antibodies against these pathogens. This is called the vaccination. Now, what is immunization? It is a process by which the body produces the antibodies against the vaccine and develops the ability to neutralize the pathogens during actual infection. It means the secondary response, the ability of the body or immune system to produce the antibodies against the pathogens is called the immunization. Is it clear? Now here I have already told you the immunization is based on the memory, and it generates the B lymphocyte and T lymphocyte. That is the A granulocyte. B lymphocyte produces the antibodies, and T helps the B cells to produce the antibodies. Here in chapter of biotechnology, we will study the recombinant DNA technology, rDNA technology, by which the production of vaccines on the large scale it quite be possible. Nowadays, the different kinds of vaccine can be formed due to the development of the recombinant DNA technology. Here, if we talk about the allergies, what is allergy? It means reaction. The certain kind of the drugs or any chemicals. It means we can say the certain kinds of pathogens when enters in our body, sometimes due to the pathogens or environmental factors or the drugs that we intake to produce the antibodies, it can create the allergy in our body. It means our body becomes more sensitive to the changing environment. It is called the allergy. And the allergens, what are the allergens? These are the agent that produces the immune response. That it means you have heard somebody have the allergy from the dust, from the light, from the smokes. Some bodies have the allergies against the different kinds of the drugs. Have you seen that there are certain kinds of the medicines or injections? जब आप कभी कुछ ऐसी भी दवाएं होती हैं जिनकी एलर्जी को डॉक्टर चेक करता है, पहले आपको थोड़ा सा इंजेक्शन लगाएगा और आप वहाँ पर एक स्पॉट बना के आपसे पूछता है कि आपको इचिंग हो रही है या कोई सिम्टम नज़र आ रहा है, जब कहते हैं हाँ, तो डॉक्टर उस दवा को आपको कभी इंसल्ट नहीं करता। जब वो रिस्पॉन्स देगा कि कोई रिस्पॉन्स नहीं है तो डॉक्टर आपको वो इंजेक्शन लगा सकता है। इट मीन्स ये एक डायग्नोसिस का तरीका है डॉक्टर्स के द्वारा कि किसी ड्रग की क्या एलर्जी आपकी बॉडी में है। इज इट क्लियर? यहाँ पर जो एंटीबॉडी प्रोड्यूस होता है दैट इज द इम्यूनोग्लोबिन ई that creates the allergy. Now we talk about the what is the causes of allergy. The main cause of the allergy is the production of serotonin and histamine that are produced by the mast cell. It means if we decrease the production of serotonin and histamine, we can prevent from the allergies. So treatment is the antihistaminic drugs and also the adrenaline and steroids. Have you seen the chemical formula of the cetirizine? It is the anti-allergic. You will read on the cover of the cetirizine or the Avil. It is the antihistaminic. It means it prevents the effect of histamine. Is it clear? Now, how we can diagnose? As I have already told you, sometimes doctor put the small amount of the allergens in the human blood. If there will be certain kind of sensitivity shown by the cells, then you can identify there the allergies of the certain kind of drugs. Now symptoms. What are the symptoms of the allergies? That can be the sneezing, here: sneezing, watery eyes, breathing problems, and sometimes the running nose. Is it clear? Now we are talking about the autoimmunity. This is the very sensitive case. Autoimmunity. Auto means self. Immunity, I've already told you, it means this is the abnormal immunity condition in which the immune system of the body is very high, that affect its own body cells. It means it attacks the body cells of its own and damaging the body. Autoimmune disease. There are the two types of. There are the two examples. One is the rheumatoid arthritis. It is the musculoskeletal joint inflammation disease. It means it can be affect on the muscular region or the skeletal. It means the bone and cartilage. Is it clear? And it also affect the joints where the inflammation causes. We will also study it in the biotechnology. And the Addison disease, it is due to the inefficiency of the adrenal gland, where the cortisol and sometimes aldosterone secretion is decreases, that causes the low blood pressure. Is it clear? So both are the autoimmune diseases. Now we are talking about the immune system in the body. What are the various immune system in the body? Here. Actually, our immune system is formed by the lymphoid organs, tissues and cells, and also the soluble molecules like the antibodies. These lymphoid organs are two types. One is the primary lymphoid organ and secondary lymphoid organ. Same, primary lymphoid organ is the lymphoid organ where the production of antibodies are forms. These are the especially the bone marrow and the thymus. Here the immature WBCs are forms, and this travels through the blood and reaches to the secondary side where they matures. Is it clear? So the primary lymphoid organs are those organs where the origin and maturation and proliferation of the lymphocytes occurs. These organs are the bone marrow and thymus. Bone marrow in between the cavity of the bones, and thymus is the back to the heart. Now the secondary lymphoid organ, these are the organs where the mature lymphocytes migrate from the blood with the help of blood, and it provides the site for the interaction of lymphocyte with the antigen. This is the secondary lymphoid organs provide the place where the antibodies interact with the pathogens or the antigens. Here the antibodies again proliferate and affect the or hit the target pathogens. These organs are the spleen, lymph nodes, tonsils, appendix, and small intestine. Here you can see. These are the organs in which the mature lymphocyte migrate from the primary lymphoid organs. It provides the site for the interaction of lymphocyte with the antigens and further proliferate effector cells. These organs are spleen, lymph nodes, tonsils, appendix, and Peyer's patches and other small intestines. Now we have talked about the bone marrow. As I have already told you, What are the bone marrows? Bone marrows are the primary lymphoid organs present. These are the cavities between the bones where the WBC are produced in the white bone marrow cells. The thymus, I have already told you, is located near to the heart and beneath the breastbone. Actually, this is a very good question, an important question. Thymus is a gland that is more active and big in size during the birth and the child stage. As the age is growing on, the size of the thymus gland is decreases. Is it clear? And also it provides the micro environment for the development of the T lymphocytes. Thymus produces the T lymphocytes. Spleen, it is present in the stomach region and covers to the outside to the stomach. It is the secondary lymphatic organ. It is bean in shaped. Its function is the phagocytosis. It means it eat the pathogens. It means it dissolves the pathogens. It acts as a filter of the blood by trapping the blood bonds, microorganisms. It has a large reservoir of the erythrocytes. It means it have the reservoir of the RBCs. The lymph node, these are the small solid structure present at the different points along with the lymphatic system. They trap the pathogens that enter the lymph and tissue fluid. The antigens trapped in the lymph nodes activate the lymphocyte and produce an immune response. Actually, ये कुछ गांठें होती हैं जो ब्लड वेसल्स के चारों ओर जितने भी ज्वाइंट्स होते हैं वहाँ पर लिम्फ के गुच्छे बन जाते हैं. जहाँ पर लिम्फोसाइट्स प्रोड्यूस रहते हैं वो वहाँ पर ब्लड के थ्रू ट्रेवल करने वाले सभी एंटीजेंस को होल्ड करते हैं, ट्रैप करते हैं और वहाँ पर उनको वो किल करते हैं. दिस कॉल्ड द लिम्फ नोड्स. The last topic of the today's part is the mucosal associated lymphoid tissue. Here, actually, it is formed by the masses of lymphoid tissue. ये गुच्छे होते हैं लिम्फ टिश्यूज के जो म्यूकोसा लेयर के द्वारा लाइन किए जाते हैं, स्पेशली इन द रेस्पिरेटरी सिस्टम, digestive system and the urinogenital tracts. And the 50% of the lymphoid tissue in human body is formed by the MALT. It means the mucosal associated lymphoid tissue. जो लाइनिंग्स होती है म्यूकोसा की वहाँ पर लिम्फोसाइट्स प्रोड्यूस होते हैं मासेस में और ये एंटीजेंस को किल करते हैं. कल कि हमारे टॉपिक्स होंगे नेक्स्ट चैप्टर के नेक्स्ट वीडियोस में. एड्स, हाउ इट स्प्रेड, व्हाट इज़ द रिस्क इन द इंडिविजुअल, व्हाट इज़ द इंक्यूबेशन पीरियड ऑफ द HIV and also the treatment, prevention and also the cancer. So we will tomorrow cover the AIDS and cancer. Thank you class.